Well, guys, here we are, final chapter of the Argents, of the detour of the elephants to see who's working with the Argents to try to um, make it almost impossible for the Aldens to get to where they need to go or to get the correct information. So we'll find out who the leak is. This chapter is called Back on Track. Hopefully they will be. Henry and Jesse went back inside and explained what had happened. Now we know either Emilio or Mr. Garnet can't be trusted, Henry said. One of them must be working with the Argents. Windows of my room are open. It's kind of windy out there. They heard a knock on the door of the cabin. Violet went to open it. It was Charit. I saw the man. He ran and jumped in his van with the camera case and drove away very fast. He won't get far, though. I've already called the police and reported the license number. They will arrest him. Ooh. He was also sneaking around in the elephant area. Can he get in trouble for that? Benny said. Charit grew very angry at the news. Yes, we will have him charged with trespassing, too. If anyone is If everyone is all right, I need to go and check on the elephants. They will be upset someone was in their area. Maybe that's why they trumpeted. We are fine, Josie said. Thank you, Charit. At least we won't have to worry about him anymore. Charit said good night and left. Everyone else sat down in the living room to talk about what to do next. It will be hard to pretend we don't suspect either one of them, Violet said. Cousin Joe scratched his head. I don't understand. Why wouldn't they just take the artifacts and give them to the Argents? Why is the person pretending to work for the Silvertons? I've been thinking about that, Henry said. If he gives himself away, he won't be able to arrange for any more artifacts to be stolen from the Silvertons in the future. He'll be kicked out of the Redimus Society and arrested. Whoever it is wants to continue to fool the Silvertons so he can't keep taking things that don't belong to him. He yawned. I'm so tired of this and too tired to think of any more plans tonight. Let's work on some tomorrow. Everyone went to bed. The next morning, they visited the elephants again and then collected their things for the ride back to Bangkok. Sharit helped them load their bags into the taxi. I received that a call that the man had been arrested. You won't have any more trouble with him. Thank you again for all your help, Jessie said. You are so welcome. If you ever come back to Thailand and want to learn about how to care for elephants, we always have an opening. Benny and Suli looked at each other. How old do you have to be? Benny asked. Cherie grinned. 16 would be a good age. We won't be 16 for a while, Suli said. Don't worry, Cherie said. The elephants will still be here. On the way back to Bangkok, Jessie said, we'll have to find a time when we can talk to Trudy about all of this. I don't think she suspects either one of them. Oh, I don't either, Violet said. She would have told us. I still don't think it's Emilio. It just can't be, Bunny said. Jessie checked her phone. I've got a message from Trudy. She's arranged for a flight from Cousin Joe and Cousin Alice and Suli back to the U.S. later this afternoon. We have to go on by ourselves, Bunny said. He seemed very worried. He wasn't sure he wanted to continue with the Readiness Society mission. The Argent scared him. He didn't like knowing Anna Argent might already be on her way to the next stop. Cousin Alice put her arm around Benny and smiled. There will be someone to meet you when you land at the next destination. Who? Violet asked. It's a surprise, Cousin Joe said. This has been quite an adventure, but Alice and I need to get back to our work. At the airport, Cousin Joe and Cousin Alice and Sue Lee walked with them to the terminal where the Redimus plane was parked. They waited while the Aldens climbed on board and then waved goodbye. Emilio met the children on board. He was his usual self, laughing and making jokes. Henry began to wonder if Benny was right. If anyone was working for the Argents, it didn't seem like it could be Emilio. I'll miss them, Benny said, watching the cousins walk away. I will too, Jessie said, but it will be exciting to see who meets us next. Mr. Garnet came out of the cockpit. We were worried, he snapped. We were afraid all the artifacts had been lost. How could you fall for such a silly trick, going all the way to Thailand? Someone did a good job of fooling you. I think I should talk to Mrs. Silverton about this. Clearly, we should get someone else to return the remaining artifacts. They're doing just fine, Emilio said. Any of us could have fallen for that trick. And besides, they haven't lost an artifact yet. I'd say that means they should keep going. We're taking good care of all of them, Jessie said, and we're all working together to keep them safe. Yes, Benny said, just like elephants. If we work together, we can do the job. Everyone but Mr. Garnet laughed. You're right, Benny. We are good at working together. We have 3 artifacts left, Jessie said. I wonder where we are going next. The answer may be here. I've got another package for you, Emilio said. A messenger delivered it to us in Beijing. He took an oddly shaped package out of a storage cabinet and handed it to Jessie. Benny, do you want to open this? Jessie asked. Yes, Benny said. Here's the object. I think I know where they're going next. What's that look like to you? Maybe a boomerang? He ripped off the wrapping. Inside was a folded envelope and an angled piece of wood. The wood was decorated with patterns of dots and lines on it. What is it? Violet asked. It kind of looks like a L, though the edges are curved. Or it could be part of a triangle, Benny said, but it's missing a side. Henry looked at it and said, It's a boomerang. I have an idea of where we're going, he smiled. This should be fun. Oh, no. It ended. You know what that means. We don't know if it's Emilio or Mr. Garnet that's helping the Argents. And we're going to have to go on to book 4. My goodness. Well, the next book is called The Shackleton Sabotage. There's a sneak preview in here. It's the 4th book of the Boxcar Children's Great Adventure. The Alden's mission to return the lost artifact around the world leads them to... I'll let you guess. I will see you next week, and I will be sharing the first chapter of the next book with you. Have a great, great rest of your spring break. I can't wait to see your faces on the 20th when we have our Zoom meeting at 10 o'clock.